You're here to find out the coolest neighborhoods in Aurora, Colorado. Now, I'm gonna give you 3 neighborhoods today. First, we're gonna talk about Talons Reach, then we're gonna go to the Southshore neighborhood, and then we're gonna end up in the new Aurora Highlands. So let's get right into Talons Reach. Now, Talons Reach is a newer community as far as communities go, but it's the oldest community of the 3 that we're gonna take a look at today. Now, Talons Reach was built in about the mid-2000s, like 2004, 5, 6. That's when kind of it started there in Talons Reach. Now, the reason why I think Talons Reach is one of the coolest neighborhoods in Aurora is because it has that real Colorado vibe to it. So when people move here from out of the area, they expect it to be kind of mountainy in places. And that's just not the case here in the suburbs or here in the Denver metro area. It is in the foothills, but not in the metro area, except for Talons Reach, in my opinion. Now, the community is very urban, but there's lots of trees. The architecture feels Colorado mountain townish, and the landscaping uses a lot of the native grasses to the area as well. And it's not your basic tract home community like a lot of Southeast Aurora is. And there are ponderosa trees here in Talons Reach that are over 200 years old. Now, Talons Reach, they take their trees very seriously to keep up with that Colorado vibe. Now, you're gonna see wooden signposts in Talons Reach along with wooden street lights. They're not metal signposts, not metal street lights, and that also gives it that kind of Colorado vibe, mountainy feel. And this community has lots of trails and paths through it. So you're gonna get some wildlife because there's lots of open space in Talons Reach as well. So the wildlife that you're gonna get, well, again, that gives it that Colorado feel. Now, this community has a clubhouse and residents can rent it out for events or parties, or you could just go there to hang out with your neighbors. There's a full kitchen in that clubhouse as well. And there's an outdoor pool with lifeguards and tons of activities in the community. Now, I'm gonna show you some homes around all of these communities, but first, let me introduce myself. I'm Kathy Hansen. I'm a local area realtor and I'm also a suburban mom. And I would be honored to help you with any of your real estate needs here in the Denver metro area, or just answer questions that you may have. Now, all of my contact information is here and it's gonna be listed in the details section and the comments section below. So please don't hesitate to reach out with any real estate question or need. I am here to help. It's what I love to do. Now, here's a map of Talons Reach and you can see it's a pretty big community. It's got about 2,000 homes in the community and it sits very close to the Southlands Mall. And the Southlands Mall is an outdoor mall. It's got your typical mall shops. It has lots of restaurants. Walmart is over there. There's a movie theater and an ice skating rink in the winter. They do concerts in the park there. There's like a green grassy area where they'll do concerts in the park during the spring and the summer. And the farmers markets are right there in Southlands and it's very close to Talons Reach. Now let's go drive through and show you what some of these houses look like. Now, houses here in Talons Reach, they range in price from about $600,000 up to $1.5 million, I would say. And as I've said on lots of my videos, this neighborhood is well above the national average for home sales. Home prices is about $409,000. So I've declared Talons Reach one of the coolest neighborhoods in Aurora because of its Colorado vibe. And I'm not sure that there's any other neighborhood in the Denver metro area like Talons Reach.
Here's the Talons Reach sign. We are on the western side of Talons Reach. And you can hear we're right on a busy street. But what I wanted you to see is right across the street, there is Red-Tailed Hawk Park. And I'm going to show you that next too.
So let's get to our second neighborhood, which is the Southshore Community. Now, the Southshore Community, it is really only about 5 or 6 years old. There were some homes that were built out there about 10, 12 years ago, but the community as a whole, I would say about 5 or 6 years old. And why I like this community, or why I've declared it one of the coolest neighborhoods in Aurora, is because of its close proximity to the Aurora Reservoir. In fact, there's a trail that goes all around the reservoir and you can get to it right there from many spots in Southshore. And that trail is about 7 or 8 miles long. So you can walk it, hike it, bike it, run it, but don't hold me to that exact figure. It could be a little bit longer or it could be shorter. Either way, it's super cool because it goes all around the reservoir. I can't think of a better way to get outdoors and exercise. Now, there are lots of homes in the Southshore community that have access to those paths and water views of the reservoir. Now, on the reservoir, you can bring non-gas powered boats onto the reservoir. You can kayak, you can canoe, you can bring your paddle boards. There's a swim up beach there, so you can go to the beach for the day. And there's a scuba beach where you can go scuba dive. Now, they don't rent equipment there, so you have to bring your own. But lots of people also use that area for their open water swims to practice for their triathlons. And you can fish on the reservoir. There's a nature center there and an archery range. So you can see there's lots of things to do right outside the doors of the Southshore neighborhood. And not only do you have quick access to the reservoir, but Southshore has 2 clubhouses and 2 outdoor pools. And you could do swim lessons at the pool. They have pool parties, they bring in food trucks, and they have a really cool fire pit at one of them as well. And finally, there are tons of activities and clubs going on at both of those clubhouses. Now, here is Southshore on the map. And you're most likely gonna do shopping at the Southlands shopping mall, just like from Talons Reach, you're just a little farther away. But there is a grocery store closer to Southshore than the Southlands Mall. And if you're a golfer, well, Blackstone Country Club is right next door. It's the neighborhood next door. It's a really pretty golf course and they allow guest players. So you can go play golf just a hop, skip, and a jump away from your neighborhood at Southshore. Now let's go drive through the community, show you what some of the houses look like. Now, prices here in Southshore, they range from about $600,000 up to, again, $1.5 million, just like Talons Reach. Now, here at Southshore, it is a tract home community, and there were a few different builders that built in here. And there's some semi-custom homes in Southshore as well. So I think Southshore is a cool neighborhood in Aurora because of its location, because of the views of the Aurora Reservoir. And kind of has a beachy theme to it as well. Southshore, go figure. Now, before we get on to the third neighborhood, I should mention that Talons Reach and Southshore, they are both part of the Cherry Creek School District, which is always very highly rated here in the state of Colorado. They're usually numbers 2 or 3, maybe 1 or 4, just depending on the years, but they are a very highly rated school district, and both of those neighborhoods sit within those district boundaries. Now on to our third community, which is the Aurora Highlands community. This is the probably newest community out of all 3 of them, with building just starting here about 2 to 3 years ago, and there's so much more building going on here in the Aurora Highlands. Now, when this community is built, it will have about 12,000 homes. And the homes here, they have townhomes, they have paired homes, they have single family homes, semi-custom homes, so they have a big array of homes here in the Aurora Highlands neighborhood. And also when it's done, there's gonna be 4 schools here in the neighborhood. There'll be an elementary, a middle school, and a high school, plus a K-8 school, I believe. And there are over 20 miles of trails throughout this community. There's 13 parks and athletic fields, and there's a full-size merry-go-round right here in the neighborhood. Now there's a full-size amphitheater where they're gonna do concerts in the parks. They'll have movies in the parks. They'll bring in those food trucks. So it's a great community focal point right here in the Aurora Highlands. And the last thing that makes the Aurora Highlands so cool is there are art installations. Yes, art installations that are located throughout this community. And they just installed this beautiful statue named Umani, and it's huge and very awesome. Now there is also going to be a clubhouse with an indoor and outdoor pools, and there's gonna be a water park here in the neighborhood. Now there are about 9 different home builders here in the Aurora Highlands. And the houses range from about the $400,000 range up to over $1 million. Townhomes are in that $400,000 range, semi-custom homes up over the $1 million range. Now let's go take a drive and show you some of these homes. So now let's check out where Aurora Highlands sits on a map. And you can see it's very close to the Denver International Airport. It's about a 10-minute drive. So if you work at the airport or if you fly a lot for work, business, or personal travel, being so close to that airport is a positive. And the Aurora Highlands is very close to the Buckley Space Force Center. So if you're PCSing out here to this area and you're gonna be stationed at Buckley, well then the Aurora Highlands might be a great spot for you. Well, really, all three of the neighborhoods could be a good location if you are PCSing out to Buckley. So I declared the Aurora Highlands one of the coolest neighborhoods in Aurora because of where it sits, because it's so close to the Denver International Airport, because it's so new, because of all of the amenities that it offers, the full-size merry-go-round, the water parks, the schools that are going to be right in the neighborhood, and all of the art installations that are going in throughout this neighborhood. And you don't see that in many neighborhoods here in the Denver metro area. So I think it's pretty cool. Now again, I am Kathy Hansen, local area realtor and suburban mom, and I would love nothing more than to help you with your real estate needs here in the Denver metro area. So you can call, text, or email me. All of my contact information is below in the details section and the comment section. Now, if you liked this video, if you got value out of it, hit that like button, let me know. And if you want to see more of my videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well, because I create videos all about living, working, and playing right here in the Denver metro area. Now that's all I have for you today, but I will see you right over here on the next video.